Okay, you guys, so I am hopping back on here real quick today because yesterday, after I filmed the live where I talked about false light, there was a lot more that I realized that I forgot to say. Well, not a lot more, just a little bit. So I just want to cover real quick in regarding false light. And if you have not seen the first video, please do go back and watch that because that's setting the foundation for part two. Okay, so regarding false light, one of the things that's important to remember is how light can be refracted. And the more refraction that light goes through, the more potential it has to be muddled or messed with or false. So just a few examples. With channeling as an example, it's easy to channel false light when it's going through multiple filters. So as an example, I talked about the Ascended Masters yesterday, and if a human being is channeling an Ascended Master who has brought forth a message from another place or from source, it's going through a level or two of refraction before it comes through the human. If the human being is channeling source directly, then there's that straight line, kind of, maybe not totally how it works, but just, for purposes of understanding. There's that straight line directly to source, and the information that comes directly from source is most likely to be cleaner, purer, of, less reflection of the light. So the thing then that could turn source channeling into false light is the human, because as humans we have filters and we have our own perceptions of things, and the things that we feel and the things we perceive and the things we see are all through our human brains. And so even if we do have a direct connection to source, it can still be muddled or refracted because of how we perceive and how human brains work. So it's important to have that understanding. But if you're channeling a being who has brought through information from another being, you can see how that refraction of the light can get distorted and eventually turn into something that's false. Now, when I shared this experience in the video yesterday, when I was going through the experience with the gentleman who took me through the Jesus salvation thing. One of the things when he said that I was channeling false light, one of the things I asked was, well, okay, so then how is it that I'm helping so many people with my work if it's false? And he gave a very good answer, and this is an understanding that I share as well, is that light is light. So there is enough light that people were gaining benefit. And I've said this with regarding practitioners as well, because as you know, there are some practitioners that are very high integrity, very pure, their work is very pure. There are some practitioners that, have lots of personal problems and their energy fields are muddled, and that can come through their work and affect their clients. But even with those practitioners that have a lot of their own, stuff that they're dealing with, they can still be helpful to their clients depending on the resonance. So I talked about the resonance thing yesterday. Go back and watch part one. But they can still help their clients because there's a resonance field between the practitioner and the client where, maybe that client's just starting out and they need someone who's not like blasting full pure light at them. Now, a lot of this can sound egotistical, I understand that, but it is important to, consider how all of this works when you're hiring your own practitioner or, just understanding this concept of false light and true light, that the refraction that light can go through can make a difference in how someone's healing goes, how the practitioner-client relationship can work, and I'll also bring in the example of plant medicines, because a lot of people use plant medicines to connect to spirit, to further them on their spiritual path and journeys, and There's nothing wrong with that per se, but because it's not direct connection to source light, there is opportunity for distortion of the light that comes through the plant. There's opportunity for more energy to be co-opted and entities and energies to come in through the use of plant medicine. When you're working directly with source and you know how to hold that sacred container where energies and entities can't come in and infiltrate, then that's a whole different experience, and you're likely more working directly with true light than any false light distortion possibility. So just some other things to consider about the false light matrix. I'm just going to check my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. This is a really interesting topic right now. A lot of people are talking about the false light. I've seen it a lot, and there are a lot of accusations, as I covered yesterday, about what true light is, what false light is. So again, I invite you to drop into your hearts and ask for truth, ask for discernment, and ask for your truth to be made known to you, for the truth to be made known to you and revealed to you. And that's really what we can do right now, because as I said yesterday, it is going to be different for everyone. So it's important that you take responsibility for yourself and access your heart space, access your inner wisdom and inner knowing, and continue to do that inner work to clean yourself out of, shadow and darkness, to continue to do your inner work to integrate your shadow aspects, and you will become clearer and clearer and more clear and more clear to be able to discern. So thank you for your comments. Jeremiah will be looking at everything later and responding. Thank you so much for being here. And just as a reminder, in May, I'm offering a retreat here in Sedona, so go check that out at creationtemple.com/retreat. Yes, Jerome, so many layers to all of this juiciness on the spiritual path. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching my videos, and I will see you next time. Much love. Have a beautiful day.